Shubhodayam, welcome you all for the Maitrimilan session. The group of shlokas called Raja Yoga, taken from the various chapters of Bhagavad Gita, starts with the shloka Uddhared Atmanatmanam Na Atmanam Avasade. It is taken from the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The 6th chapter is known as Atma Samyama Yoga. Samyama means having a discipline, and then Atma Samyama is basically the idea. Discipline is not coming from outside, it is coming from within. Atma means self. I am doing the discipline for myself. It's not for anybody else's sake. It's not for any other purpose, but it is for the sake of my own. That's why it is called as Atma Samyama Yoga. Why we need to have a discipline? Because discipline itself is nature. You look at the nature, there is so much of a discipline in the nature. Birds get up exactly at the same time. That's why we have cuckoo clock, representing that the birds follow the discipline. Cows come back home at the same time in the evening. That's why we have a poetic name for that is Godhuli. That means to say evening exactly come at the same time. The flowers flower exactly at the same time. The plants come up exactly at the same time. Bear the fruits exactly at the same time. There is so much of discipline. Even in the children, you see that naturally they are disciplined. Nobody gave them any Montessori education before they are born into the mother's womb. They eat food at the same time, they go to the bed at the same time. 8 o'clock in the evening they go to bed. Every child anywhere in the world, whether it is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, any day, they go to the bed exactly at the same time, get up exactly at the same time. That's why I said that discipline is part of the nature. We were also like that when we were children. Going to the bed exactly at the same time, getting up exactly at the same time, whether it is Monday or Sunday or anything like that. But then as we have grown up, what happened to us? Weekdays, get up exactly at 6 o'clock in the morning, go to the office, go to the work, go to the school, whatever it is, and go to the bed exactly the same time. But when it comes to Saturday, Sunday, I don't know really what happens to the inner clock. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, don't get up. Mother pushes you, says that no, lunch and brunch together. And both these things are put in adigas outside. See, why it happened? You say that it is weekend. Moon does not have any weekend, sun does not have any weekend. All the stars do not have any weekend, no planet has a weekend. Why do we have weekend? No animals have weekend. Only human being has weekend. Swami Chinmayananda used to say, it is not human being has weekend, human being is weekend. When we don't have a discipline, that's what is the weakness. When we have a discipline, that's what is the inner strength. Nature has the discipline. Why don't we accept that discipline? Because that we are natural. When the discipline is there, look at the way that how the things are so beautiful. The birds flying in the sky in a discipline. You look at them, it adds so much beauty to the blue sky at the top. Ants follow one behind the other in such a wonderful discipline. And such a beautiful it is. Not only that, the discipline is a strength. Look at the way that the people going around different directions in the city market looks like a crowd. Where the same people, you put them rank and file, make them march in front of the Red Fort. Countries raise their head because that is the strength of the nation. A discipline has a strength. A discipline is beautiful. A discipline comes from naturally within. When all these things are there, why don't we have the discipline as it is coming from within? So no discipline is outside, it is all Atma Samyama. Discipline is within us. When the discipline is within us, then a caterpillar becomes butterfly. When the discipline comes from within, that's when a bud becomes a flower. A ripe fruit becomes a ripe raw fruit becomes a ripe one, throwing the wonderful taste, beautiful fragrance, nice wonderful colors. When the discipline comes from within, when the discipline thrusted from outside, then it might immediately, it might for a small period of time give the benefit, but afterwards once again, it's like the dog's tail goes back to its own shape. Allow the discipline come from within. Indiscipline is not yours. Indiscipline is what the world has given you. Various values of the world has given you. But discipline is your own nature. If you recognize like that, then you don't want any institution, any organization, any policing from outside to put you into discipline. In fact, the less and less that we have the police and organization management to put you into discipline from outside, such a country is the most cultured country, such a place is the most cultured place. So why not we have that kind of a discipline from within? Organizations like Vivekananda Kendra, Ramakrishna Mission, Arjuna Mission, n number of organizations, they only want you to, they only suggest a discipline. But this discipline which they suggest has to come from within. If the discipline does not come from within, the change is very temporary. Mullah Nasruddin's wife gives him a birthday gift. He looks at the gift. After all, it is a birthday gift, he cannot say no to it, opens the envelope, air ticket from Hyderabad to Bangalore, and then an admission for 15 days in a naturopathy center because he has to supposed to reduce weight. And no other trick works on him, therefore she gave him as a birthday gift. He comes here, and the moment he comes to that center, naturopathy center, they thoroughly check you, not for any RDX or ammunition, but to see that you don't carry any Cadbury in your pocket. So after getting admission inside, first 5 days, he was put through all kinds of baths like sun bath, sauna bath, oil bath, this bath, that bath, every kind of bath, but no visibele bath. And after 5 days, he lost 5 kilos of weight. Then he was given a big list. He was very happy because the list is there. Whatever he wants, he can have it. No, after going to the dining hall, he realizes that it is not all that list is for him. There is a tick mark in the list. And that he saw a big glass of lemon juice, nimbu pani. That's what is breakfast, that's what is lunch. So naturally, next 5 days he follows that regimen. Actually, another 5 kilos he lost. And then third week they have revised, third 5 days they revised the list and they added a slice of papaya. And with that, next 5 days he lost another 5 kilos of weight. He writes back to his wife, you should be very happy. You think that I cannot achieve it? I can also achieve it. I lost 15 kilos of weight. And people say, I look 15 years younger. You should be very happy. Wife also writes back saying, Badhai ho, congratulations. Continue to be another 15 days so that you will become a teenager. So therefore, continue there. And then when you send any congratulatory note to anybody, you always send a presentation, a sweet box, but here you cannot send it because the naturopathy center. So she sent a bouquet of flowers to him. Congratulations. Mullah wrote back to her saying that the bouquet is tasty. See, when the discipline comes from outside, whatever that you lay hands on, you try to eat it. That means to say, who is harming yourself? You are harming yourself. The whole world is helping you to be better, but then you are. Therefore, that's what Krishna says in the 5th shloka of the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Uddharet Atmanatmanam Atmanam Avasare. You are your friend, you are your enemy. And then you help yourself. This freedom is ours. A freedom does not mean everything. We have the freedom. But if somebody says you have a freedom to do good and you have no freedom to do bad, it's not a freedom. Real freedom is freedom to see that either good or bad. Real freedom is that the mind goes to the vritti and also it has a nirodha aspect of it. It can come back. Both these things are possible for the mind. Therefore, Patanjali has to give us that Yoga Sutras of Patanjali where he says that mind has a capacity to go outside, vritti nirodha is yoga. The same way that there is a tendency to go yourself into bad, but at the same time, it is up to you that you need to get back into yourself to do something big good. That's why Uddhare Atmanatmanam. Rise yourself up. Make yourself better. Uddhare. No avasadaye. Don't bring yourself down. Now the question comes, who will bring himself down? We all try to want to improve ourselves. We don't want to do anything down. But then what happens is that many times our short-sightedness, our immediate local perception shows that I am helping myself. But in the long run, actually when you look at it, you are harming yourself. Immediately it looks like that I am doing good for myself. But the next moment that you see that for a long period of time, you are harming yourself. A smoker smokes because he thinks that immediately he is getting the joy. But then on the long run, what results him, he does not see. So we try to help ourselves with a short-sightedness. That's what is the idea. Idea is to see that you need to improve your vision, your perception. Therefore, you should see that a long vision, a longer vision, a long purpose perception is something which is necessary to help you. Uddhare Atmanatmanam, Naatmanam Avasadayat. People think that Atma means something totally different. No, it's a very simple idea that you help yourself. You help yourself to grow. You don't bring it down. If you don't, in fact, what happens is if you don't try to help yourself to go up, there is a tendency to go down. The world constantly pushes you to come down. And indiscipline pushes you to come down. This is what general tendency is there. Like the way that the river that is started in the Gangotri, the Ganga river, it has a tendency to flow downwards. And the same thing happens left to yourself, not helping yourself, then there is a possibility that you flow down. Look at the way the Ganges and Gangotri are, look at it at the Rishikesh, Hardwar, you can see how much of energy that is there, how much of pure water. There is so much of beautiful colors and the rumbling noises. There is so much of life in that Ganga when you see it Rishikesh or Hardwar. But the same Ganga, when it flows downwards, when it comes down Hooghly near Calcutta, you can see that it is docile, it is soft, you don't see any more energy. The taste is not there, the color is not there. All these things, why it happened? Because it has a tendency to flow downwards if you don't allow it to yourself to grow up. But in the same Ganga, when it has to go back onto the Gangotri, it just cannot flow like that. It has to transform itself to be the vapor so that that water vapor becomes the cloud and goes back onto the Himalayas. The same way that going upwards requires an effort from within you. You have to change yourself to become a water vapor like the way that the steam and then be carried to the Ganga. And then there are provisions to see that it can help you to see that you go back to Gangotri. A journey in the upward direction is the journey which prana can make us. Prana is the only force on this earth which can really go opposite to the gravity force. Every other thing is bound by gravity. Look at that, whatever that you live, it goes down the gravity, whereas look at the way. What is the amount of prana that is there in the seed? And that you put that seed in the soil and provide the necessary ambience, the little prana that is there in the seed can make the plant to come up against gravity. And against gravity so much, not only the plant comes up, it gets all the essence, juices from the earth to see that it bear nice wonderful flowers and the fruits on top of it. If a small little plant, we don't even take notice of it, which has such beautiful flowers and all that, if small little plant has that amount of capacity that it can produce all that, the amount of prana that is there inside that, what is the amount of prana that we have? And what is the way that we are using that prana? And who has to use it? It is we who have to do it. That's why Krishna says, Suddhare Atmanatmanam. You are only your friend. You are only your enemy. There is nobody who can really help you. There is nobody who can disturb you, who can destroy you. You only destroy yourself. We might say that it is because of the world I got spoiled, because of my friend I listened to him I spoiled. All these things you might say, they are all secondary. but ultimately it is you are the responsible, the onus of responsibility is yours. That's why Krishna says, Uddhare Atmanatman. Another thing is that who wants to hurt himself? In fact, gratefully what? That you don't want to hurt yourself, but on the other hand, you think somebody has hurt you, and therefore that you scold at him, you shout at him, you create violence against him. This is what we have to be very careful. That the idea that you are the only friend of yours, you are the only enemy of yours, nobody is really destroying you, nobody is really disturbing you. Why are you angry with him? And you want to hurt, you want to shout at him, you want to injure him? Actually, whatever that you do in this world gets back to you. You say to the world bad, and the world gives you bad. You cheat the world cheats you. Actually, in the process of cheating others, hurting others, destroying others, actually you are destroying yourself. You are hurting yourself. You are cheating yourself. In the process, therefore, basically, if you don't do all those things to the world outside, that's what is your investment in the world. And whatever that you invest, that's what comes back. In fact, what you do is like the seed in this world that you plant. And whatever the fruit comes is what belongs to the seed. Therefore, if you plant the seeds of hatred and you want the world to love you, it cannot be possible. The world only gives you hatred. If you want to plant the seeds of violence and you want the peace to be prevailing around you, it cannot prevail because the seed that you planted is this. Therefore, basically, we should be careful to see that what we do to the world outside. Every moment we have to be careful for that. And that's what is the first steps in Raja Yoga. It says that ahimsa, satya, these are all the things what you do at the interaction level. If you practice himsa at the interaction level, himsa will come back to you. Not only that, himsa will be there filled in your mind. And your mind is full of himsa, how can it expect to be something which is ahimsa? Therefore, basically, that what we do to the world is something which is very important. More important thing is that what you do for yourself is what you want to do for the world outside. Therefore, whatever that you want to get back to yourself, give back to the world the same thing, same note, same token. Therefore, it will get back to you. That's why what you do is what is your investment. Once Buddha was walking in a village, and then a villager, he was driving his cow, and then while driving the cow, he was putting all kinds of abuses. He was hurling all kinds of abuses. And by looking at Buddha said to him, saying that, what is this that you are doing, gentlemen, that you are hurling all kinds of abuses to the cow? Then the villager replied, what after all happens if I hurl the abuses at the cow? Cow anyway will not give back to me. I am safe with that. Buddha said that if cow can give back the abuses, at least whatever that account is there, it is really finished now itself. But the cow cannot give back. That means to say, you are putting in an account store all that abuses. Whatever that you give abuse will get back in the form of abuses. Therefore, basically, you should not hurl the abuses at the cow. Looking at Buddha, looking at his stature, the villager understood. He said, yes sir, I don't want to anymore do this kind of practice. And Buddha went away, and this man continued to abuse the cow, continued to be. But then how long can he hold himself? It has been a habit for him to abuse the cow. He says, should my work be done, or should I be conscious about what the word that I use? So he continued to abuse. Then later on, few months later, then Buddha comes that side, and once again, he saw this villager abusing the cows. But looking at Buddha, immediately the villager changed his dialogue. He said to my dear cow, earlier I used to say all those things, but now I don't say any of those things. Please do the work. Buddha said that not only that you are cheating the cow, you are not cheating me, but you are cheating yourself. That means to say whatever that your intention behind that is there also will come back in the form of the way that your investment that is there. Therefore, don't even have an intention within you saying that you have to give back to lack of discipline, you get back to all kinds of violence. This is what is the way that yoga has to be deep inside within us. That's why in Patanjali Yoga Sutras it says, it's not just what you say, what you do in the form of ahimsa, satya, but you establish yourself in satya and ahimsa. That means to say, satya pratisthaya, ahimsa pratisthaya. When you are self-established in that, then you can never come out of it with the help of ahimsa and the help of asatya. So therefore, discipline has to come from within, like the way that the seed of discipline has to be planted back into yourself, because that's what is your nature. Uddharet atmanatmanam, natmanam avsadye, atmaiva hi atmana bandhuhu. This word in Sanskrit, atmayeva hi, is very important. That means to say, nobody else is there with you. When your discipline comes from within, it is you are the friend of yours, you are the enemy of yours. You can only destroy yourself, you can only help yourself. Later on, a wonderful world is given to you, a wonderful life is given to you, such a beautiful environment is given to you, and it is up to us what is the best way that you can use it. Like the way when the old water flows down the river, later on when you sit down and repent for that, alas, what happened to me? Then you will not get back. Time is something which continuously flows downwards. Therefore, he says, Uddharet atmanatmanam. And who is the friend? Who is the enemy? He gives us the next sutra saying that, Bandhuratmat panastasya enatmaiva atmana jitaha. Anatmanastu shatrutve tatrek shatruvatu. That means to say basically, one who has disciplined his senses, one who has disciplined his mind, he is the person who is the friend. One who gives way to his senses, he gives easily way to his mind and his arrogance, his anger, his this and that. He is an enemy for himself. And in fact, it's a very important thing. That means to say that if the senses draw you out, it means to say somebody else is guiding you. If the object outside attacks you, it is something which attracts you and you go behind that object. That means to say the object has become your boss. You are not your boss. Object is guiding you. Outside person, what he says that it brings about reaction from within you. That means to say outside person is your boss. It's not you are the boss. You are not yourself the master of it. That's why this is called as Raja Yoga. Raja Yoga means you are the king yourself. God sent you to be the king for yourself, and we became a slave for ourselves. Slave for what? Slave for situations, slave for the senses, slave for the object of the senses. If you control all those things, the same world which has got the senses, which has got the objects, becomes like a heaven. If you don't have a control over yourself, the same senses and the same objects will make you a hell. So therefore, it's up to you to what you have to change. That is the most important of all the yogas. That's what is Raj Yoga. And that is the basis of our life. Thank you.